What if love wasn't just something we feel, but something we do? Bob Goff's Love Does is an invitation into a life of action. A life where love is not just a passive emotion, but a force that propels us to extraordinary adventures. Imagine living a life where your faith isn't just a belief, but a series of bold, whimsical actions that change the world around you. The invitation to love. Bob Goff's Love Does starts with an invitation. What if we truly understood that love is not just an emotion we feel, but an action we take? The book doesn't just talk about love in the traditional sense. It challenges us to embody love in our daily actions, to take risks, and to do things we've never done before, all in the name of love. Bob's message is clear from the beginning. Love, in its purest form, takes action. It's not just something that resides in our hearts. It is something that shows up in our lives. In the most whimsical, adventurous, and sometimes even audacious ways, Bob shows that love has a transformative power. The importance of presence. One of the key messages Bob imparts in the book is the importance of being with others. Early in the book, Bob recounts a pivotal moment in his life when he was about to make a huge decision. He wanted to leave high school and pursue a dream of living in Yosemite. Instead of giving him advice or trying to fix his situation, his friend Randy simply said, "I'm with you." It was the power of presence, the understanding that love is not about fixing people or telling them what to do. It's about standing beside them, no matter where they are in their journey. That phrase, "I'm with you," would resonate deeply with Bob and influence his view of love. He came to understand that love doesn't just involve actions. It involves being present, truly present, in the lives of others. It's about showing up when it's inconvenient, when you don't have the answers, and when nothing seems to make sense. Through Randy, Bob learned that love doesn't fix or lecture. Love accompanies, it stays, it listens, and most importantly, love takes action, even when the situation doesn't look ideal. The power of showing up. Bob Goff's life story is full of moments where he shows up, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, for others. Whether it's flying around the world for a wedding of a friend he met only briefly or showing up in someone's life when they need him most, Bob emphasizes that love is demonstrated in our willingness to show up. In Love Does, he shares stories of how showing up for others, without any expectation of what we'll get in return, can make all the difference in the world. It's not about making the perfect plan or having all the right answers. It's about being there for someone in their time of need, in their joy, or simply because you care. The big audacious love. The theme of audacity runs throughout Love Does. One of the most poignant stories Bob tells is about a young man named Ryan who was planning to propose to his girlfriend. When Ryan saw Bob's house, he asked if he could use Bob's backyard for the proposal. But Ryan didn't stop there. He kept coming back with bigger, bolder, and more whimsical requests, asking for a dinner for 20 people, asking for a boat, and even asking Bob to help him orchestrate the perfect proposal. Ryan's love for his girlfriend was so big and so audacious that he didn't let anything stand in his way. And that's what love does. It gets big, it gets bold, and it doesn't hold back. Bob didn't just say yes. He joined in on Ryan's adventure, helping him make his dream proposal happen. What stands out in this story is that love, according to Bob Goff, isn't about being practical or safe. It's about stepping into the unknown and embracing the whimsy of life. Love is meant to be celebrated, experienced fully, and shared with others in an extravagant, sometimes surprising way. Through Ryan's story, Bob shows that love does not settle for mediocrity. It pursues the extraordinary. God's love in action. Throughout the book, Bob consistently returns to the theme of God's love and how that love is expressed through our actions. The underlying message is clear. If we truly understand God's love for us, we are compelled to act, to serve, and to love others in tangible ways. Love, for Bob, is not about just thinking good thoughts or feeling emotional about someone else's struggles. It's about stepping into the messiness of life and doing something about it. Bob's life is full of stories where he steps out of his comfort zone to serve others. Whether it's his involvement in humanitarian work or taking time to show up for his friends, Bob's life demonstrates that faith without action is empty. As he recounts the story of rescuing a child from prison in Uganda, we see how love moves beyond boundaries and crosses oceans to bring justice, freedom, and hope. This call to action is a central theme of Love Does. That love cannot just be a warm feeling or an intellectual idea. It must move us to act. And as Bob shows us through his adventures and stories, love can take on unexpected forms. It can be the bold act of flying across the world for a wedding, the simple act of standing beside a friend in need, or even the whimsical act of saying yes to the impossible. The joy of living whimsically. One of the most delightful aspects of Love Does is the encouragement Bob offers for readers to embrace the whimsy of life. Life, in all its beauty, should not be approached with rigid plans or controlled certainty. Instead, Bob invites us to approach life with the spirit of adventure and joy that he's learned to embrace. Whether it's jumping into an impulsive decision or engaging in a playful, spontaneous act, Bob encourages us to let love be a source of joy and freedom. His description of Tom Sawyer Island at Disneyland as his office is a perfect metaphor for the way Bob views life: unconventional, full of possibility, and open to adventure. He sees love as a force that propels us forward, not with constraints, but with the possibility of endless fun and whimsy. Bob reminds us that love, when fully embraced, makes life richer, more exciting, and filled with possibility. Chasing the dream. Throughout Love Does, Bob challenges us to stop waiting for the perfect conditions and start living the adventure now. Too often, we put off our dreams, thinking that someday the stars will align and everything will be perfect. But Bob's message is clear. There's no better time than now to chase your dream, take action, and step into the life that God has called you to live. He illustrates this with his own experiences, whether it's making a decision to work in Uganda, following an impulse to help a friend, or even making risky moves in his personal life. Bob's life is a testament to the belief that dreams are meant to be chased, not waited for. And the act of chasing those dreams, of stepping into the unknown with God's love in your heart, is what makes life truly extraordinary. The humility of love. Even as Bob shares his many adventures, there's an underlying humility in his message. Despite his many adventures, his remarkable stories, and his outsized actions, Bob does not position himself as a superhero or a perfect example of what love should look like. Rather, he constantly points back to the love of God and the idea that anyone, ordinary, imperfect people like you and me, can be vessels of that love. At its core, Love Does is about humility, understanding that love is bigger than us, and it's not about our achievements or accolades. It's about how we show up for others, how we pour ourselves out for the sake of others, and how we allow God's love to move through us in real, practical ways. Bob doesn't preach perfection. He invites us to embrace our flaws, our messiness, and the mistakes along the way as part of the adventure of living a life of love. The enduring call to love. As Love Does comes to a close, Bob calls us to action, to live lives full of courage, whimsy, and audacious love. He reminds us that love doesn't wait for the perfect conditions. It doesn't sit idly by waiting for the right moment. Love does something. It shows up, it acts, and it changes the world one small gesture at a time. For Bob, love isn't just about taking grand steps. It's about the little moments of everyday kindness, the willingness to show up for someone who needs you, and the courage to step into the unknown with God's love as your guide. By sharing his stories, Bob Goff invites us all to step into the adventure of life, love, and the boundless possibilities that await when we act in love. Conclusion: a life of love in action. In conclusion, Love Does is not just a collection of stories. It's an invitation to live a life fully engaged with love. Bob Goff's philosophy is simple but profound. Love is not something to be passively felt. It's something to be actively done. Whether in the workplace, in our relationships, or in our everyday interactions with others, love has the power to transform us and the world around us. Through his adventurous, bold, and sometimes whimsical stories, Bob shows that love does more than just change lives. It can make life an adventure. It challenges us to say yes to new opportunities, to show up for others, and to embrace the imperfect beauty of love in action. At the end of the day, Love Does is a call to live boldly, to embrace the power of love, and to believe that, through our actions, we can change the world. Love is not just a feeling, it's a verb. It's something that moves us, that propels us to act, to care, and to make a difference. And Bob's life is a testament to the incredible things that happen when we let love guide our every step.